I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
All right. I'm a Yeah, I apologize for being this late, but let me go ahead and start this off real quick, right? Let me start this off. So, um, so right here is a letter from Charlie Kirk. You know, it's in the description box, but go ahead. So right here it says, from the desk of Charlie Kirk, and this is adding on to the conspiracy theory that Charlie Kirk was being paid or he was moving away from the the Jewish lobby or the Israeli lobby. And let me start reading this letter here. And you know what? Give me a minute. I'll be right back. Just give me a minute, real. Okay. Here is what it says, and I don't know why it's anyway. So something's wrong with my interface. But anyway, let me just power on through this though. Right? It says, Mr. Prime Minister, one of my greatest joys as a Christian is advocating for Israel and forming alliances with Jews in the fight to protect Judeo-Christian civilization. Most recently, I'm proud to have taken over Ambassador's Huckabee show on TBN, where we continually support Israel and the Jewish people. As Mohammedanism spreads into Western societies, it is critical for Jews and Christians to stay united in effort to contain and roll back radical Islam and Sharia law. I regret to report that anti-Israel and anti-Semitic trends are in record levels on social media. These negative sentiments then flow downstream into college campuses and even seep into conservative MAGA community. See, let me go ahead and say something right there, right? Let me go ahead and say something. That doesn't make any sense because um MAGA is supposed to be for America first. If MAGA is supposed to be for America first and so forth, why sit there and actually um support a country and give money to a country that's not even part of the United States? There's not Israel itself is not even a treaty nation to the United States, unlike the British, unlike France, that we are treated to by bilateral and also multilateral treaties like NATO. So why are you saying it's anti-Semitic? Israel does not have a treaty, an alliance treaty with the United States. Never had, never will. Never have in the past 80 years. You know, these misnomers that they keep on popping up, right? Oh yeah, let me put this thing on. What's going on, V Dub? Shout out to V Dub. All right, shout out to V Dub. And let me do this real quick. Put my yeah, do this real quick right here. So anyway, um, let me continue. And the links in here is in the description box. I'm gonna keep on reading. So my team and I have spent months analyzing these trends and debating ideas that could help you and your country push back against these disturbing developments. Anti-Israel settlement can undermine America's support for Israel. The purpose for this letter is to lay out our concerns and outline potential remedies. Everything written here is from a place of deep love for Israel and the Jewish people. I think it's important to be brutally honest with those you love. In my opinion, Israel is losing the information war and needs communication intervention. I started to compose this letter to you on Easter. I should have focused on my family, but getting bombardment with messages about Israeli army making it difficult for Christians to access church in Jerusalem on Easter. At the time, I did not see any official statements pushing back on this narrative. It was frustrating because pro-Israel surrogates like me should not be in charge of fact checking every piece of anti-Israel misinformation that pours into social media. It wasn't just Easter. On my recent campus tours, and half the questions I get are about Israel, and they're all negative. I wish people would actually. This is my problem with social media. People don't look into things, right? They don't look into they so pedestrian. All right, it's not about being anti-Semitic. This is about Benjamin Netanyahu. Benjamin Netanyahu supposed to be in trial. The man bombed Iran the day after he was in court at a courtroom hearing because he's on currently on trial, and nobody in American media is bringing that up. But anyway, let's keep it moving. I spend half my time on these campus tours defending Jews in Israel, which I'm proud to do because I love Israel and love the Jewish faith. I spent countless hours with Dennis Prager over the years studying the Torah. Sometimes I feel like I'm defending Israel in public more than your own government. My experience on college campuses matches a recent Harvard Harvard Harris poll that 48% of 18 to 24-year-olds Americans support Hamas over Israel. See, that's a lie. Nobody said Hamas. That poll did not say Hamas. You know what? I'm gonna debunk that. I'm gonna debunk that later on. I can't stand how people just lie instead of just being honest. No, they won't. They're not talking about Hamas. They're talking about gunning down women and children who are Palestinians. The idea of taking over their land. That's what they're talking about. So I'm gonna debunk that in later on. Even in young MAGA circles, Israel is losing support. We're getting huge crowds of 5,000, 4,000, 5,000 students on some of my college tours. My campus visits are becoming like a rock concert atmosphere filled with conservative patriots. Yet on these campus visits, I'm consistently confronted with Israel is a apartheid state. Why does Israel conduct ethnic cleansing? Why is America subsidizing Israel's genocide against the Palestinian people? Is American aid helping to subsidize Israel's free health care? Israel and the Jews are running American foreign policy. Israel and Jews are responsible for 9/11. Defending Israel is not in our best natural interest. Why is Israel trying to drag us into a war in the Middle East? Above are just samplings of the negative Israeli Jewish comments and questions that I confront on college campuses. I accuse of being a paid apologist for Israel when I defend her. However, I don't defend Israel strongly enough. I'm accused of being anti-Semitic. I know you got a seven-front war in my uh, kitchening pales in comparison. But I'm trying to convey to you that Israel is losing support even in conservative circles, and this should be a five-alarm fire. I often ask, why is Israel killing so many innocent civilians in Gaza? I know Israel goes to great lengths by dropping flyers and even calling civilians to clean out areas about to be bombed. I know Israel posts maps showing which areas should be evacuated. I know that Hamas used civilians as human shields, but 90% of the younger generation get their news from social media and podcasts, and there's a little bit pushback or fact checking by Israeli government and our pro-Israel supporters in the media, especially social media. No, you know what I think that needs to happen? Get back to the fairness doctrine. Make sure you actually have real news instead of just slanted news, trying to news with an agenda. Anyway, I strongly suggest Israel not always dependent on subcontracting their information world war efforts to surrogates in America. Mr. Prime Minister, I urge you to revamp your education, no, excuse me, your information warfare strategy from top to bottom. Sometimes the impression is given that Israel thinks everyone hates them. Why care about winning over hearts and minds? If there's any truth to this impression, I urge you to consider that social media and podcasts is where you fight for the hearts and minds of a younger generation. Obviously, all this negative Israel propaganda on social media easily translate to pro-Hamas, free Palestine sentiment uh, on many college campuses. Here are some unsolicited recommendations my team and I should suggest if you're open-minded to communication reset. For starters, you need a rapid response media team. Donald Trump does this very effectively on social media with his account in his White House rapid response 47 team. The president has strong fires like Stephen Miller, yeah, a racist right there, racist, and Caroline Levitt, who battled the press every day. Honestly, don't even, I don't, I don't even know if you have a press secretary, but you are eloquent defender of Israel. But you need a team of information warriors who out there pushing back every day in real time. When you don't push back, anti-Semitism and anti-Israel propaganda fill the void. A pro-Israel friend asked me, "Do Israelis even care how the world perceives their country?" Again, why y'all keep on making this about something that's not even the issue? The issue is Benjamin Netanyahu's warmongering. Yes, yes, yes. This is the Kirk letter, Vita. This is Charlie Kirk's letter. This is Charlie Kirk's letter to Benjamin Netanyahu. I think this happened. I want to say weeks or not, or week or so, weeks before his assassination, before Charlie Kirk's death. So yes, this is the Charlie Kirk's letter, and the link of this is in the description box, Vita, if you want to see it for yourself. I got the links of all that in the description box, like I said. But anyway, let me go over here real quick. Yeah, yeah. So let me continue this. Yeah, that letter is BS. I'm starting to thinking too, Vita. I'm starting to think the letter is bullshit. To tell you the truth, though, I'm starting to think it is because it's not really. I don't know. It's not really saying anything, right? He's mess. Yeah. Let me go ahead and continue some of this. I strongly recommend putting together a team of pro-Israel experts who can fact check misinformation in real time from Israel. Israel needs to take the team in this effort. No more dependence on subcontractors. Israel never asked for American troops because Israel does its own fighting. Yeah, but yet they're using American weapons and they use American planes. See, he ain't putting that into the in just let that's what's missing right there. Um, Israel never asked for American troops because Israel does its own fighting. I suggest the same approach for the information war. You lead, and people like me will follow and provide uh, supplemental support. But if you're open to revamping your communication strategy, my team and I are happy to assist. You need something perhaps like a Israel Truth Network, ITN, which can include social media channels and a one-stop source of information website where, for example, all negative Israel questions I get can be thoroughly debunked. Now, I would love to defer the students to such a website, but this website can also be a conduit, excuse me, conduit to groups like uh, Healthy and Hillel and Jewish educators like Dennis Prager. There can be links to books, podcasts, media personalities, and pro-Israel thought leaders. The website can be placed where Judeo-Christian leaders and groups can share information and form closer alliances in the fight against Islamic fundamentalism. ITN social media can post pro-Israeli, pro-Judeo-Christian video clips, breaking news, and articles. I want y'all to stop right there. Hold on, I gotta say something, because I was gonna do a video on this, but what about all those Palestinian Christians that's being bombed? There was a Palestinian church in Bethlehem that was raided. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't raided. It was being attacked. What about the Palestinian Christians that are among the population? See, some of y'all act like that the Palestinians is just a Muslim, or you think the population is just Muslim. The population of Palestine, which depends on where you're at, there are heavily Christian. I just looked up. There's Palestinian Baptists, there's Palestinian Coptic Christians, there's Palestinian Orthodox Christian churches and temples, and yes, there are even some who are Jewish themselves. But yet, y'all try to see again. This is a lie given. See, this is the reason why I have a problem with the right wing. Y'all not honest about who these people are. Kind of like the whole idea of Iran being and no, I'm not pro Iran. I'm not pro Hamas. Not pro Hezbollah. But but let's tell the truth here. If the Iranians are so against the Jews, or so just people who practice the Jewish faith, how come there's 40,000 people in Iran that are Jews, that practice Judaism, and how come they're not being slaughtered? See, we got to start telling the truth here. Somebody over here is lying. You can't be totally telling the other side of the line while y'all hear when information says otherwise. Somebody over here is lying. Is either they lying or you lying? Because I'm not gonna let some young American die over somebody else's lie. That's the point. I'm not gonna let the world have a World War III, a third World War going on because of a lie. That's what y'all don't seem to grasp. I'm talking about to you Christian conservatives. But anyway, and you black conservatives too. But anyway, ITN could potentially be a news aggregation site for all news pertaining to Israel and Judeo-Christian efforts to preserve Western civilization. You know, the main threat to Western civilization is not Islam. The main issue with the problems with Western civilization is Christianity being a mile wide and an inch deep. Christianity is a mile wide but an inch deep in Western world. We were opposed to lock people up than educating them. Go to any red state which is more Christian than like the blue states. They're more prone of locking you up rather than educating you. But yet y'all want to talk about what about Chicago? Makes no sense. let me keep it moving, right? Have you considered inviting some of the released hostages to go on a speaking tour in the U.S.? This could be hold on. Let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. That's exportation. That's exportation right there. Having the hostages to come on a speaking tour. That's exportation. All the hostages should go home. But to use the hostages as a way to further y'all's propaganda, nah. This could be let me get back to what I'm saying. This could be a very effective messaging. These hostages can't talk about how Ghazian civilians not once offer any empathy or compassion. Uh-oh. What did he say? Empathy or compassion? Okay. President Trump referenced this lack of humanity when some released hostages visit the Oval Office. This was effective messaging when impactful messaging clicks. It keep going. Also, these. Stop it. When these hostages and all your spokespersons should be arguing it's Hamas that's committing genocide on their own people by using civilians as human shields and storing weapons in schools and hospitals. That information drips out in the regular media, but it's almost unexistent on social media. Maybe interview regular Israelis on the street, asking them what do they love about their country. Interview Jews, Israeli Arabs, the Druze, the Orthodox, secular, etc. Ask Israelis what they do, what they wish that the world do best about Israel. Ask them to respond examples of misinformation on social media. This could be an entire social media PR campaign. You got us wrong. Interview Israelis from all walks of life. Let Israelis explain their own words how Israel is a pluralistic society. Wait, stop. I can sit there and debunk that. What about the Jews from Ethiopia 20 years ago that went to Israel when Benjamin Netanyahu became prime minister? What happened to the Ethiopian Jews? They was treated harshly, and they were treated harshly because they was Africans. See. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Ask them to respond to examples of misinformation on social media that this could be their. What the hell was that? Someone jumped on me. I don't know what that. Oh, hold on. Anyway, dude, you got us wrong. Okay, I forgot where I was at. Oh, let Israelis explain in their own words how Israel is a pluralistic society, a free country with elected leaders, unlike all of the surrounding authoritarian Arab nations. Why not show how your hospital take care of wounded terrorists? Why not show dropping flyers from airplanes warning Ghazian citizens to get out of harm's way? It would be nice to see Israeli plane with the Star of David arrive in the U.S. full of supplies after a hurricane. Has Israel offered any assistance to the United States insofar as technology to protect our border? Or with the missile defense shield President Trump has discussed? Do you realize that we create the Iron Dome for the Israelis under Obama? The same President Obama y'all hate. The same President Obama y'all despise. President Obama gave Israel the Iron Dome. or should I say, you know what? Gave more of the Iron Dome. Has Israel? Let me see. Where was I at? Where was that? Oh, these are the examples of effective messaging that showing Israel as a close ally of the United States. Consumers of social media are aware of the billions of supplies we sent to Israel, but they're less aware of what America gets in return. You and your team need to make the argument on social media that Israel is a great friend of America and vital to U.S. national security. Israel needs to be better portrayed itself as a member of Team Humanity. Israel needs to establish a baseline for her identity. To run an effective messaging campaign, you need a clearly defined message. This message should be homegrown for Israel. In other words, create original content from Israel. Videos, visual, feed, social media. Keep these edited clips short, under 1 minute, and post the best ones on Israel Truth Network, ITN. And don't rely on non-Israeli social media influencers to create all these clips. Create them yourselves and influence surrogates like me to promote this original work and refer to people to your social media and websites. Be proactive, take the lead. The bottom line is Israel needs to learn to fish, i.e., create your own content and be more self-reliant when it comes to your communication strategy. Iran. Israel should do a better job explaining the Iranian threat. Among the conservatives who support Israel, there's a concern that America keep becoming entangled in the quagmire in Iran. My generation grew up with disasters in Afghanistan and Iraq. Oh my God. Oh my God. The reason why Iran act the fool for the past 25 years, right? The reason why Iran acted a complete ass, because Afghanistan is bordered on its eastern side. Iraq is on their west border. So, of course, Iran is going to act crazy because they're justified of their enemies on both borders. And also with the invasion of Afghanistan, a lot of the American troops was in the north side of Iran. I forgot. I think it was Turkestan. Even Turkey, which is an ally of the United States because they're part of NATO, is also bordered north of Iran. So of course, Iran was going to act a fool. See, people need to look at the map and see Iran was surrounded by Western troops. But people around here, people on YouTube and social media, they don't read, they don't bother to read, they don't bother to research. They just go to chat GPT and chat people to tell them, no. Look at the psychology, how it may look like. What if an enemy, what if China invades Canada and Mexico? How would America would react if China and Mexico was both invaded, but by a power we're not too friendly with? Y'all gotta start thinking right around here. Anyway, where was I at? Oh, we were promised that there were WMDs in Iraq, which proved to be a lie. Uh-oh. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Our generation was also lied to by the governments of Israel. And the United States that the vaccines were safe and effective. And this right here said, the vaccines was created in Israel, by the way. And no, I'm not here to bash the nation of Israel. All right. I'm not not anti-Israel over here. But I mean, I am anti-Benjamin Netanyahu, though. I am anti-Netanyahu. Okay. Warmongers like him. Anyway, Israel intelligence missed the boat on October 7th, but we asked to trust Israeli intelligence 100% that Iran is on the cusp of attaining nuclear weapons. Young conservatives are very skeptical of government proclamations. We don't fully trust intelligence assessments. Right now, it seems like Israel is primarily relying on Americans to make the case for attacking Iranian nuclear sites. These arguments get a lot of blowback in MAGA circles. Other than you, Mr. Prime Minister, I see very few Israelis making the case in the media, social media, or podcasts. Many agree with you, myself included, that Iran should not get nuclear weapons. And at the same time, I share concern that America will get sucked into another endless war, costing thousands of American lives. Where are the Israelis who are arguing their case to win over public opinion? Israel should make this case 24/7 on social media, including long-form English-speaking podcasts and social media channels and websites such as Rapid Response Team and ITN. Yeah, I know. The paradigm shift is needed on how Israel present itself to the world, especially on social media. Perhaps the best way to convey my thoughts is to think of Israel as a political candidate. In case of a young woman who grew up in social media, this is a candidate who she stand up for. Blah 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 blah. I'm not gonna read all of this, right? All of this is right here. Yeah, the link is that in the description box. But what I came here for is this right here, right? I came here for this. All right, I came for this. Now here we go again. The University of Maryland has kicked the same people who was at the Tennessee State University off of campus. Now here we go. The University of Maryland police officer says that the campus is dedicated to free speech while actively suppressing free speech. You can't support it while silencing it. The oath is to the Constitution, not the university violating the Constitution. Oh my God! Some of y'all, you know what? I gotta go here. I gotta go here, y'all, because let me bring this up. I'm going to get tired of people talking about the Constitution and yet they never read it. They never read the Constitution, right? You got these so-called conservatives talking about the Constitution, the First Amendment right. Let me help you out. Let me help you out with this, right? Let me help you out, Cam. Let me help you out, right? So this police officer telling you, and let's go ahead and play it. Let's play it.
And talk to never answer, for example. I mean, you talk to the right people, and it sounds like you guys tried to reach out, and it sounds like you didn't talk to the right folks to kind of give you guys proper, directions and stuff like that. So inside the union, there's a group. It's called event services, and again, they're the ones that will talk to you, get information, work with you to designate a spot. I mean, we have groups that come down often sometimes to try to talk and engage the students. Yeah. We're not opposed to it by any means. Yeah. It's just a matter of going through the proper channels through the university to make sure, we know what's going on. We know who's here, locations, because again, if things do go sideways or anything like that, right? We know who you guys are. We know where you are and stuff like that, right? It's not about stopping or, limiting free speech, right? But there's also
we understand that, but the problem we have is the obstacles that we have in order to achieve the permit.
Right.
It's impossible. Exactly.
Well, I can't speak for other universities.
Right. I mean, this university made a big difference for us. Like, we tried to reach out in advance. And you guys know we're here now. All we're doing is just having dialogue with students, practicing our First Amendment on property that's funded by the federal government.
Public street essentially at the end of the day.
If they're like, you guys are not the first ones we've had to come and have conversations with, right? You guys aren't going to be the last, right? Okay. Again, it's all about making sure everybody goes through the proper and is handled in the same manner, that we're not elevating one group over another or anything like that, or limiting.
It should just be everybody.
That's a big off-campus dorm complex. I remember when we toured this with my brother.
Yeah, so we can sit on a street where there's high traffic and we're going to get a drive-by and somebody's going to kill us. Like, I don't want to sit in a public street like we did at the university. It's like anyone can just whip out.
That's entirely on you guys. But again, for us.
Wow. Can't even comprehend. Y'all can't comprehend what that's supposed to mean. You got people around here who can't comprehend shit. Right. Just like the clowns screaming at the, they made their rounds. You need a permit. You can't just set up anywhere you want. Yeah. Especially it's private property. Yes. Hold on. You know what? I'm going to pin that up. I'm pinning that comment you just made. Let me pin that comment. You try to tell these idiots. I'm watching a video, Fred, and there's this, everybody knows the person who I hate by the name AJ Seen Red. So he went on I went on his community tab, and I see he put up a video of this black woman from Chicago. She's saying she's doing the same thing. Freedom of speech, being ratchet. Freedom of speech, but lady, you didn't have the permit. They don't even understand what the freedom of speech means. Don't use the word freedom of speech. Let me do this real quick. Let me educate these dumb people online. Try to be political activists online. This is what the First Amendment said. I don't need no chat GPT to tell you what this is what it says. Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free speech exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or of the right of the people to peaceably, peacefully to assemble. Put that in mind, the right of people to peaceably assemble. Okay? Or to petition the government of redresses of grievances. Now, here are all these Supreme Court cases right here. But guess what? Like again, somebody who talks about law, some of y'all is on that shame, blame, explain nonsense. Here is a court case, right? Here's a court case 20 years ago, right? The Roberts case of 2004, which talks about why universities have to have free speech areas, so you can't just set up a table. And this whole Roberts thing was basically about the whole issue about the Iraq War, and conservatives was doing, conservatives and liberals was protesting, the Iraq War for against Iraq war on college campuses. and so forth. So in this court case, which happened in Lubbock, and I want to say that's happened around, I want to say Texas Tech, yeah, because the president of Texas Tech at the time, it was a civil lawsuit. So what these MAGA people need to understand, it's already have been settled by this court case. See, this is, you got people right here talking about facts over feelings, facts over feelings. No, this is the facts. You conservatives, you manosphere, you MGTOW fools, y'all are in y'all's feelings. This is facts right here. This court case right here is a fact. That's why though y'all support MAGA, because y'all in your feelings. Right here, this is a fact. You can't just set up anywhere on a campus. I get really tired of y'all making arguments that's been settled already. And even, let me be fair in this case too. Let me be fair. Charlie Kirk himself, Myron Gaines himself, Myron Gaines, Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens, Brandon Tatum. I want to say somebody else whose name I've got to mention. They all sought and obtained permits to speak. But y'all fearless debater folks never attained permits. Y'all never was invited by the local organizations that's on the campus. Y'all don't get the point. And on that level, you are trespassing. And on that point, I think each and every one of y'all should be sued. I'm gonna say this to black people in the from Memphis. No, not Memphis. Nashville. Start suing. I think the parents who took their students to Tennessee State should start suing. Tennessee State itself should start suing. The NAACP should start suing because it violates over here where it says, as with any government-owned property. Hold on, watch it. I'm going to read this because it's part of a court case. It's part of a court case right here in front of you. It says, as with any government-owned property, the standard by which the constitutionality of any regulation of free speech and expressive activity on a public university campus must be evaluated differs depending on the character of the property at issue. The first task of this court analysis must be determined of the university's campus in order to apply the proper standard to its policy regulating speech and in their application. Where the First Amendment activity is concerned, the Supreme Court has adopted a form analysis as means of determining when the government interest is limited in its use of property to the intended purpose outweighs the interest of those who wish to use the property for other purposes. Historically, and here's a court case, Cornelius, 473 U.S. at 800. Historically, the court has characterized government-owned property as one of the three categories of forms: the traditional form, 2, the public forum created by government, designation, i.e., the designated public forum, and read non-public forum. A traditional public forum is a place that which has immorality must be held in trust for the use of the public, and is timed out of mind, has been used for purpose of assembly. Communications between citizens and discussing public questions. Examples of traditional public forums include public streets, sidewalks, and parks. USV grants, Grace, right? No, I can go on and on and on and on, but yeah, there. If you really want to talk and have a thing, there's categories, and in the case, you had to read the case itself. Read the case itself. All you have to do is read the case, but people online don't, they don't read cases. They go by their emotions. Now, I'm a conservative, and you liberals are snowflakes, but yet though they're being snowflakes themselves. They want to troll rather than trying to, So back to over here, right? Back to over here. Hear him talking about your papers, yada yada yada, Mm-hmm. Right. Even this woman right here, right? Even this one right here with some good sense said, I totally understand and support what you're doing, but you don't want yet you don't want to do this through proper channels. Try to do the right thing and get permission to set up, and point of this shouldn't be cause a scene. Right. If she can get it and she's on the conservative side, why can't y'all do it, Cam? Why can't you do it? That's the reason why there needs to be a lawsuit. They need to sue Cam. They need to sue the fairness, the fairness people. Sue them. Because what they're doing, they're trying to cause a problem, and a problem needs to be solved. But anyway, enough of that. I said enough. I said enough. If y'all want to read it, it's in the description box. So hold on. Let's see if anybody up. If any of y'all have a problem with what I said, you can hit the link. All right. If y'all have a problem with what I just said, you can hit the link. Okay. Right. And that's what I got. Fred. But we're white. Rules shouldn't apply to us. That's what I think, Fred. They think they are entitled. They think they're entitled. Oh, because we walk on your because we walk on your property, we walk on the campus. Therefore, we both say and do everything we want. They're missing the point. Charlie Kirk, to his credit, gets invited. Charlie Kirk's gets permission. So there is only two. There's only two ways. Oh, Man Tomorrow's here. What's going on, Man Tomorrow?
Oh, what's going on, man?
No, not much. What's going on with you?
Yeah, man. The only thing you got to do is just sue these people, bring them to court, make them answer questions. Because what the
Yeah.
right wing has done is they've cut off debate, and somehow they're right by default. And I think that you should stop all capitalists from owning any type of media. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Capitalism and media do not mesh well together because, like, like a Jillian Michaels speaking out on, those type of issues. Like, that shit's only allowed because she's a fucking conservative. Like, and the people who orchestrated that conversation, they should be severely punished for doing some shit like that. But you would never find the same media bringing somebody on to deny the Armenian genocide or to deny the Holocaust. But they'll do this shit to black people all the time. Same people. No,
Right.
man. Sue them, take their ass to court, and that's it. Because conservatives cannot exist under equal protection under the law. They have to have special protections where they're not allowed to be punished for the shit that they say or do. And they don't
Right.
like living in that world. They hate living in that world.
Right. And it boggles my mind, MOT, that nobody, like this idea of them. See, my problem is they're getting away with the shit. My opinion, they're getting away with it. James and Whitlock just call those black children. Well, they the young adults rather. They're calling them what? Rioters. Cam, if you look at Cam's the white dude who was there, Cam, I've got his last name. On his own YouTube channel, he called them rioters. None of the people. So I asked Cam, okay, was there a car overturned? Was there fires being set? Was there anybody being physically harmed? So the definition of a riot means you do all those things, right? But nobody was hurt. Nobody's car got damaged. There's no broken glass. So you're calling all these children, all these students rather, rioters. No, that's slander. Sue them. The university should sue them. Not only sue them, sue Jason Whitlock, sue the fucking shit I got them Laura Ingram. Send them a message. And I'm gonna say something too.
Yeah.
The NAACP needs to get up in this shit too and sue them too. That's what needs to happen. Huh?
Slander and libel is not protected under the First Amendment. It's not protected. Like a conservative's actual idea of the First Amendment is I can say whatever I want to and there will not be any consequences. While simultaneously, if you say something that I don't like, our people will get you fired. That's been the conservative understanding for free speech for a long ass time. That's why they're over there. Because when you put them up against competent competition, they get destroyed every single time.
Right. But I'm gonna talk about now. As for me, I'm considering writing a legal brief. I'm about to write me a legal brief over this shit because I'm really getting tired of this bullshit. Oh, we came over there and now though they're getting pushback. Oh, all these black people are thugs. All these black people over there are, Anton needs to be sued too, by the way. Anton needs to be sued. I see O'Shea trying to sidestep and try to play both sides with Anton Daniels. No, they need to be sued.
But the problem is that these dumb motherfuckers chose Anton and O'Shea. When they know these motherfuckers are conservatives, they get the bad conservatives off of black culture. That's what the fuck they are. They've been that for a while. And these low information, low morality people can't help but take their ass right back over there after they see these people do thing after thing after thing that's wrong, false, and incorrect. I mean, O'Shea don't even live in the country and is running this pro-black grift from fucking Africa. Like, You can't make this shit up about how dumb these motherfuckers are, for real. Because half of this shit is them doing it. The other half is the people who support them doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And they can call you out for whatever. You ain't cloud chasing. No. They ain't cloud chasing. You criticize what they got to say, all of a sudden you're a hater and all this kind of other shit that people don't like when critical thinking meet up with people's actions. All of a sudden you're a hater and you have to protect their ability to be full of shit. Man, fuck that. Fuck out of here. Yes. Dude, listen, man. These people are making money off of keeping people at each other's throats. So you just make them responsible for doing so. That's all. Call them up to
Just
court, call them out all three of their names if they have three, and make them fucking answer for it. And if not, because here's the thing. Once you start backing them off into a corner, they stop doing all this coon shit. When there's
mm-hmm.
consequences for coon shit, yeah, the coon shit go out the window.
Right. 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 And just Dan said a Tennessee SB 07 2 governs what student and faculty can do on campus. These grifters violate the hell out of it. And then
On
and
campus.
earlier on campus.
They go there to get paid, and they do it on campus. And so it's like, look, conservatives never believed in free speech. They never believed in free speech. They believe in free propaganda. Like, don't
Right.
forget what these people get paid $40 million a year to do. Don't forget what Lauren Ingram get paid to do. She's not talented. Jesse Waters is not talented. Like, these are not talented people that has talent. They support a particular mantra that is about removing tax money from one place and placing it in another place. That's what it is. It's like all this love
Mm-hmm.
for the Charlie Kirk shit was based on billionaires backing this dude. And billionaires pay for a lot of advertising. And these media motherfuckers just gonna sit there and just play dumb when it's convenient. But no, you start bringing suits to these people and putting their ass under oath. Yeah, just like that voting shit. Those are voting systems. Yeah, they had to pay $750 million for that shit for defaming those
Right.
people.
Right.
And guess what? Nobody got fired. We're talking about. And look, January 6th. He totally came back and pardoned all them dudes. Nobody got fired. It's just that, look, the moment you start treating conservatives as the evil as they actually are, and once you start fighting these people tooth and nail, and I tell people up front, I ain't got time for no new motherfucking allies, especially not ones who've been voting conservative all their fucking life. Fuck you. It's time to pay up. It's time for you to pay for this shit. No way in the
Yeah.
world I'm gonna sit here and hold hands with these motherfuckers who just waiting for another moderate with a smile on their face to hide behind that shit. Man, fuck that. But at the end of the day, these people deserve to pay for what they're doing. And you have to make them pay. Because their idea of everything is my rights plus no responsibility.
I always keep hearing them. Oh, well, you know, we want freedom. No, y'all want the freedom to oppress.
Freedom to oppress and freedom from consequences and freedom from the actual
Right.
ability to feel bad from doing so. Like, there's no such thing as a Christian conservative. There's no such thing as a Christian capitalist, and there definitely ain't no such thing as a Christian union member. Like, everything they do is for bad intentions. Everything they do is for bad intention, and it's a historical bad intentions, and they want you to uphold their point of view and way of life. That's what they look at black people as a method and means of upholding and pedestalizing their way of life. Man, fuck that.
I'm waiting for somebody to challenge Anton. I'm waiting for somebody,
I mean, the thing is that
just
Anton just blocks everybody. That's what he does. He blocks everybody. He ignores the shit. And I'm just telling you, why do all these conservatives live in these liberal areas? Like, I don't get that. Like, why don't you go live around your own fucking people? out there in the
Hmm.
middle of fucking nowhere. Okay, so you want to lobby for middle of nowhere politics, but you don't want to live around these crazy motherfuckers. I found a problem with that.
And Matt, and somebody, I really want to see Jason Whitlock to be sued because what he did to the whole Kamala Anthony, case that was out there in down here in Texas. The whole, calling the boy Doug, and trial has not even been set, and everything else.
But but Jason Whitlock's
I,
job is to come on and say the shit that white supremacists want to say, but can't say. But they use his black, face and architecture to spread their actual point of view. That's all it is. I mean, so some of this sports commentary is legitimate, but when it comes to that outright coon shit, I can't fuck with that. Like when he was on with Tucker Carlson, had nothing to do with black women, but he wanted to throw the black women in the black community under the fucking bus for every time you try to hold white people accountable, they try to make us be more accountable among each other before we hold them accountable. And that's not how
right,
accountability works, man.
right, and the whole Charlie Kirk thing, right? He actually put black people into it. Like, what the fuck we got to do with what happened to
He
you?
did. He
Oh,
did. It had nothing to do with it. He just, the what about Chicago shit. Man, I don't live in fucking Chicago.
man, fuck Chicago.
Fuck
You,
that.
you sound
That's
like
what I'm
that
saying.
idiot. You sound like that nigga AJ ain't seen red. Or what about Chicago? Okay, nigga, Chicago is not the most violent city. Fresno, California is. Omaha, Nebraska is. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Ain't no niggas in
Dude,
Albuquerque.
dude, the violence in Albuquerque is out of motherfucking sight.
Man,
There ain't nowhere in the hell I live.
man.
No way.
Once look, once you, no, I'm in Texas. Once you cross into that border into Mexico, oh man, all bets is off. Oh, you cross from West Texas into New Mexico. Oh hell, it's all shit. They be stealing your car. You never even thought of them going in to do shit because because the media always says it's a black face, blah blah blah. No, no, no. There's some white boys doing that shit in New Mexico, especially in Albuquerque. I'm
They don't
telling
even
you.
report the crime rate in like rural Washington. They don't even report the crime rate in rural Oregon. They don't report the crime rate in rural Idaho. They don't report the crime rate in none of fucking Utah, Wyoming. They
Right.
don't even report the crime rate because they ain't trying to make those people look like criminal on site shit. And it's like there's no such thing as a Christian conservative constitutional motherfucker. No such thing. They don't understand the concept. They want rights, these rights for these people and these rights for those people. They don't understand equal protection under the law. And the only thing is, it's just a stopgap measure of understanding everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
And
they,
they
they
don't
they
solve
don't seem
problems. There's no way to solve problems from a conservative perspective. There's no way to solve any problem, or even acknowledge any problem.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See, to me, it's easy. Live in a place where you could do the most good and where things are okay. I'm not gonna lobby for these middle of nowhere policies and not fucking live out there, man. I'm not fucking doing that. I know them people don't fuck with me like that. Cause those
It's
jobs out in the middle of nowhere are their jobs. And they don't see it coming to anywhere. And if you have a job, they're like it's DEI or affirmative action. That's the way they look at shit. They don't think you're talented nor skilled. They think you've been given everything.
and I hope what happened in Arkansas. I hope that is the beginning of the end of MAGA. Right. I hope that's the beginning. What happened in Arkansas with all them farmers losing all them crops because the crops ain't worth the damn because of the tariffs. I hope that is the beginning of the end because it will force them to think on why they voted for Donald Trump in the first damn place. And they voted for Donald Trump because of the fear of whoever else is not Anglo-Saxon white.
Yeah, it's the concept of whiteness. That's what it is. The
Right.
concept of whiteness. And look, they're gonna die over this whiteness shit too. Oh yeah, because they don't understand that most of these Medicaid cuts are in white areas and Republican strongholds like the South. And in blue areas, they're just going to take away, Medicaid money for the Affordable Care Act, but not say anything like they're not doing it. And this is why you got to remove the media. The media has to be a separate arm. The fifth estate has to be a separate arm because you can't have
Uh,
Elon Musk owning Twitter, getting these stupid white motherfuckers to engage in this bullshit to vote against their own best interests. I mean, it's a threat to national security.
yeah. Yes. And he's and with Oracle about to take over TikTok. And Oracle has members from the Israelis or Middle Eastern origins. So I mean, I that's why I blame this on Ronald Reagan. I really do. I think all this
Oh yeah,
lays at the feet
oh
on
yeah.
Ronald Reagan because Ronald Reagan destroyed the fairness doctrine. Because
Yep.
it wasn't for the fairness doctrine, we would not get Fox News. CNN wouldn't be as corrupt as it is today.
Oh sure.
MSNBC wouldn't be what they are. It would be just straight news, straight with straight facts. You wouldn't be having no fucking ass, Sean Hannity and Glenn Beck or anywhere else, saying, you know, saying all this bullshit, and then, you know,
Yeah, now
and
capitalism
niggas, and,
is presenting white supremacists like they're just normal human beings. Fuck out of here.
right,
Yeah,
right.
that's where we at. That's where we are.
You said we got a social influence as an FBI director. What are we doing exactly? So
You
or
see,
so
we got rid of
you know
DEI, and then we hire incompetent motherfuckers, and then no one can question that. Okay, so we got rid of DEI and we instituted WUII, white, white, underqualified, incompetent, and fucking ignorant. Yeah,
hmm
WUII.
right.
Because everybody knows you had a white boss that didn't know about nothing, didn't give a fuck about how shit went. They thought they was part of capitalism because they had a management spot within it. They didn't give a fuck about employees or nothing. Then you got these poor motherfuckers acting like they rich. Rich motherfuckers acting like they poor, wanting to use everything that's part of the fucking government. While nobody cares about anything, nobody's fighting for labor rights. Shit's crazy.
hmm Yeah, he said. Just Dan said is well, we had a former National Guard major lectured the generals yesterday. Make sense. Right,
Never
right,
happened.
right.
That's never happened in history. Because he wanted to be on some loyalty. Oh shit. Pulling these people from their fucking posts doing real fucking work. Come talk to this fucking dude in Washington. Fuck out of here, man.
I listened to that speech all morning. I'm like, what the hell you worrying about? And then Donald Trump came over there, the president came over there, right? And it was just a ramble. Like, what are you talking about? He mentioned Joe Biden about 4 or 5 times, and I'm
Yeah, man,
scratching my head
scrambled egg
like,
speech, man. Another scrambled egg speech, man.
and isn't just me? Do you see his face kind of denting out? Do you see Donald Trump's
Yeah.
face just denting out, and nobody ain't asking any questions? Like, man, something's wrong here. Ain't nobody
I mean,
saying
but
saying
something
there's
been
some.
wrong, man. Like that UN speech, something was fucking wrong, bro.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Because he was talking about how you gonna go up to the UN and all you talk about is, oh yeah, I financed the building of this place, and my company refurbished y'all in 1980 something something. Like, nigga, I mean,
No
this ain't
regards for
about
factual
you.
information. But everything's about him. Even when it ain't about him, it's still about him.
Right, right, right. I own the hotels in this country and that country, and like I thought you supposed to be at the United Nations. You supposed to be talking about we're gonna do this, we're about this, blah 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 blah, about the greatness of America. No, you just talking about how great you are, and none of these MAGA people will point that out. None of them.
Nope.
Because like they're scared, and I'm waiting for the great pushback because black conservatives are about to get this work. I'm sorry, they about to get soon as
they gonna be so fucking exposed because they're really not needed anymore. They really don't need black like listen, the white dudes, these white podcasters want their white people back from their motherfucking black conservative friends. They don't fuck with them dudes no more.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm seeing what happened to Candace. Candace, she might survive this, but who knows? But
she's not going to survive that Macron shit.
No, she ain't gonna ride that Macron shit because I'm cheering that shit on. I'm cheering on the Macrons. I want to see her go down. I want to see her just but my eyes is on Brandon Tatum because I want to see him get his wake up call. I'm waiting for that nigga get his wake up call because I think if I'm gonna say it like this, if Charlie Kirk had not been shot, I think Nick Fuentes would have buried both Candace and
eventually he would have had to.
Yeah. Eventually he would have to.
Nick Fuentes, he isn't wrong. I mean, what he does is wrong. But when it comes to these black conservatives out here cosplaying as white conservatives, he ain't wrong about that shit. That is an affirmative action DEI program within conservatism for these fucking coons.
Mm-hmm.
It is that. And they're really not needed anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, they got their Clarence Thomas already on the Supreme Court.
Well,
that's the highest of cooning that you're gonna be able to go is Supreme Court justice.
Yeah, but I don't think Clarence Thomas is going to last for another five years on that court.
No. Trump is going to make him retire before he gets out of office. It's going to make him retire.
Probably make him an ambassador somewhere. Get his ass up and out of there.
He's going to make him retire, and he's going to replace him with a Coney Barrett 40-some-year-old motherfucker. It's going to happen. And he's probably going to expand the Supreme Court on his way out the door.
Expand to like four or five members on the Supreme Court. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. I see that.
Yeah. I mean, if they win the Senate, then that's it. But like I said, these people just don't have their shit together when it comes to understanding politics and policy, because conservatives can never discuss policy. Their policy is we are against everything the Democrats try to do for people. And the conservatives we're for everything that help business and business owners.
Mm-hmm.
We got a bunch of people who just sit the fuck home, man. It's hard to fight those kind of people when you have to teach people how to be a fucking dissident of their own country. That's embarrassing. Longest running fucking democracy and people don't want to participate.
Facts.
That's why I say Australia has it right. Forced participation. Yeah. Have it right. Forced participation. You don't want to participate, get a huge fucking fine. Because the amount of ignorance that's out there for the 15th fucking time about this debt ceiling shit, it comes through every year. Same time every year. Republicans want more tax cuts. They want to cut shit for more people. Every year it's the same goddamn thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, you got team, Ignig, who go around and keep trying to pretend like they capitalists and they part of this group of people. I don't get it, man.
It's kind of like George Carlin said this in one of his comedy routines. it's a big club, but you're not
And
invited.
you ain't in it.
And you ain't in it. You're right. It's a big club, but you ain't in it. And that's what these black conservatives don't seem to realize. Yeah, you're trying to join a big club, but you're not in it. You
No,
know,
but black conservatism is a fraud. I mean, it's a con job. I mean, it's a method actor slot. That's all it is. It's kind of like Kramer from Seinfeld. You know, it probably won't be useful in any other fucking situation, but it works there. That's what black conservatism is. It's a fucking method actor job. Everybody know you full of shit. You can't really debate anybody. You can't solve any problems. And anytime something happens, insert the black community thrown under the bus whenever it comes time to criticize white people. That's all it is. Not even that difficult.
yeah, somebody stubbed the toe. Oh, it's black women's fault. Oh, somebody did this. Oh, it's
Yeah, oh yeah.
black men's fault. I mean, yeah, you hear that all the time, and like that has nothing to do with black people at all. That has nothing to do with us at all. What you talking about? But a white Mormon dude who can shoot up a church. A white man can shoot up a church. Oh, we were talking about mental illness,
His
but
own people.
Dylan Roof,
His own people.
his own church. But yet we're not talking about where are the white fathers at. We ain't talking about the deadbeats in white America. But yet you let some
You don't hear
some
Thomas
black
Sowell
kid
throwing people under the bus, do you? Throwing
no.
whites under the bus because they have a corrupt culture. Like, yeah. White Tupac is selling the same shit in rural America that Tupac was selling in black America. Okay? Yeah, you don't see Thomas Sowell as much as you used to. Yeah, I mean, because they had that crack epidemic. It was called pills and fucking meth.
Yeah, that
And once
meth.
you neglect people for a while, you have the same fucking outcomes. No shit.
Yeah, meth all over the damn place. But yet, we want to talk about crack and why black people's on. Yeah, okay, yeah. Where are the black fathers at? Where are the black culture? And I remember somebody talking about rap music is misogynistic and all that. I remember when Bill O'Reilly got up on what's his name, Chris Cuomo, and was trying to chin check black people because you got that coon ass nigga. What's his name? Stephen A. Smith, right? Cooning and buffooning. He's trying to make the P. Diddy trial an indictment of all black people by using rap music. But Bill O'Reilly, nigga, wasn't you beating the shit out of your wife? Now, if I was on that panel,
and sexually harassing all those women at work that they got multiple payouts for.
Right. And then if we gonna talk about Bill O'Reilly, right? When Bill O'Reilly led that campaign of get rid of Ludacris out of those Pepsis.
Yeah.
And guess who replaced Luda? Ozzy Osbourne. Wasn't Ozzy talking about?
They have done far more shit. Come on, man.
Right.
Yeah, but
Ozzy did more things than what Luda ever have done. Naked white girls on topless on concerts. Fucking ass, I beat off a bat's head off at a concert. Talking about worshiping the devil and shit. But Bill O'Reilly ain't said nothing about Ozzy Osbourne was doing that bullshit on Fox. I mean, doing that, promoting Pepsi at all. See, that shit needs to be called out. And every time somebody get called out, they get drowned out about some other shit. I'm getting tired of people having these what you call it, controlled opposition. I'm tired of these controlled opposition people.
Your liberal media is owned by fucking conservatives from fucking Mississippi. The Roberts brothers who own Comcast is from Mississippi. Them motherfuckers are not on the record for being no goddamn liberals. Like, This shit is so wild. How and it's like people just disconnect from it and just face the consequences of it. Don't bother trying to learn about it, and then want to go out to quote unquote welfare for people, but their brains completely shut the fuck off when we talk about corporate welfare. Just fucking cowards, man. Fucking cowards.
Well, like, and it was something else. Something else that happened, and then I said, okay, Bill O'Reilly, you talking about how rap news, because he was on that P Diddy shit, right? And talking about, oh, this is part of culture, and black culture needed to go back to jazz, and they need to go back to. And I'm saying, okay, jazz,
They
right?
need to go
Okay.
back to jazz. Wow.
Yeah. The go back to jazz argument, right? And I'm sitting there thinking, wait a minute, I'm a black man,
partial go back to Africa shit, man. It's
right?
close.
Right. It's
Real
cold word.
close.
Yeah. Go back to jazz. Like as we was better off in 1940. Same with how Charlie Kirk said, oh, black people was happier in 1940s. Let me tell you something. I have my grandparents still living. They're in their 80s and 90s. I can talk to them any time of the day. They'll tell you how fucked up that shit was.
And overwhelmingly violent it was against.
Yeah, it was violent. It was violent back then. It was violent back then. So this whole idea, black people had it, y'all had it made because y'all had a 2-parent household, nigga, please.
And
that shit was still going on.
And here's the thing. Guess who the fuck was our enemy then? White fucking conservatives when they didn't have the excuses now. They were still the fucking enemy. Still hostile toward. Yeah, so it was like, it doesn't matter what the time period is. At the end of the day, a lot of people, as long as they're comfortable, they feel like they have to lower everybody else's status. And that's built in, hardwired into conservatism. It's hardwired into that shit.
Right, and then
yes, professional conservatism is something that you make a living off of. That's what it is. It is a paid spot. It's like state-run media. You just read the fucking chyron and the teleprompter, and you look nice with this 10 pounds of makeup on, and then you go home.
Oh, Fred, I'm doing a video on that Chad Jackson nigga though. I'm gonna roast him too though. I'm gonna roast his ass too though. He just keep on attacking MOK and shit, like, and that whole what's the name that was on what's that nigga's name from Dallas? I want to roast his ass too. I noticed that too. The anti-MOK niggas, they're all up in the Dallas Fort Worth area. I noticed it. Chad Jackson is in Dallas. Yvette is in Dallas too. It's something about Dallas, y'all. I don't know. It's something about that. It's something about the niggas in Dallas. They I don't know. Something about them. But anyway.
No. Like they're gonna get their conservative helpings the moment that they ain't got that fucking liberal leadership in Dallas. That's gonna be clearing all that fucking land for these real estate motherfuckers to go in and go fuck it up. Okay. It's gonna be like the rest of fucking Texas, I'm telling you.
In April, Chapman asked too, talking about how black people, how the black church is full of demons and the black church is for
what?
I heard April Chapman say that shit. I said, what? I'm about to go. Listen, it's too much. It's too much. And she over there talking about you not biblical.
So we can't talk about Tony Perkins. I'm talking about real evil. Real evil.
Ooh, Tony,
Franklin Graham. Real evil. Real evil.
Listen, Billy Graham is better than Franklin. Billy Graham was talking to black folks. Yeah. Franklin Graham was talking down to black folks.
Yes.
The daddy is much better than the son. The son is a racist. The son is a real racist though.
The dad I sense that shit. Brought light to these motherfucking Christian conservatives using the fucking faith for that bullshit.
Hold on. No, no, go ahead and speak. Though, MOT. I was reading what was. You said, "Yo, you didn't holler at me, bro. I got inside scoop on April. She did a friend of mine dirty." Okay. I
Oh
see. I'm just
wow.
checking the chat room. Yeah. Hey man.
April
We
who?
might want to touch base on that. Um,
April
and
who?
I
April
see.
Mason or another
No,
April?
April Chapman, another coon
Oh
ass
okay.
female, man.
Oh god.
Oh man, she is bad. I'm listening to her the other day. I'm like, oh my
It's
god, like,
always another one. It's always another one. And all it is that regardless of the issue, buck dance and fucking troll. Yeah, man, it's all fun and games till you get stolen. Yeah,
who?
fucking bullshit.
But the one who I really want is Bishop Patrick Wooden. I want, I really want to go in on him though, because he be saying some crazy shit. I'd be like, what the hell you talking about? Anyway, you know, he talking about children are being this and children are being abused by Democrats. Okay, Donald Trump and the Epstein files. How come though you ain't talking about Epstein files then?
Donald Trump
Because there were a
on a
whole
whole
lot of
pageant where he
killers
said
in.
he was walking through the building while they was fucking putting their clothes on. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Like, most of the people in his cabinet is in the Epstein files and they didn't even release them shits. And it's like, totally okay.
Now I have paid attention to the British government. The British government also has some of the Epstein files. So yeah, I've been
Oh
looking
yeah.
at the Epstein files from the British perspective, and yeah, they have some of it.
Tell you right now, it's a lot of everybody in that motherfucker. Trust me. He didn't commit suicide. They got his ass off world as soon as possible. You know, you got presidents and heads of states and all kinds of other shit. Nah, man, you getting up out of here.
Mike Hood, Mike Hood, Mike Hood gonna say, do you know Democrats in the Epstein file? I don't give a fuck.
No, I mean,
I don't give a
we
fuck.
know Bill Clinton is in the Epstein file. We know Hillary Clinton in the Epstein files.
Yeah,
We know
Bill
that.
Clinton, we know Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, possibly well, yeah, well, the Clintons in there, probably some of the Kennedys up in there. We don't give a fuck.
Dude, I can guarantee you all the fuck Kennedys are in that shit. I guarantee you RFK's in there. I guarantee you
RFK Jr. up in there. RFK Jr. up in that motherfucker. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Guarantee you he's in there.
Yeah, he's up in there. Shit, release all that shit. I want to see it.
Anybody who got power, money, and influence, you went to that island, dude.
I bet
I'm not saying that everybody who went to the island engaged in that bullshit, but at the end of the day, you can't deny that your ass wasn't on that island, bro. Come on.
I bet you Bill Cosby was on there. I bet you, I bet you a whole lot of cast characters up in there that we don't even know was over in there.
Melinda Gates, nigga, it's everybody. Probably Michael Dale. Dude, anybody who's a billionaire has been on that fucking island. Richard Branson, probably every fucking singer and songwriter you ever know. Dude, any entertainer. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I think. Who gives a fuck who's a Democrat, Republican, liberal? No, release all that.
That's
shit.
why you released the fucking list, so that way it won't fucking matter.
Yeah. Yeah. And I bet you some of them pastors on there too. To some of those leaders of the mega churches.
TD Jakes. Come on.
Yeah. Well, I would say Jimmy Swaggart, but Jimmy Swaggart just passed away a couple months ago. So let's take him off the list. He's not long around, but you might have a whole bunch of people from mega churches, corporations, government officials, ambassadors and shit.
CEOs of companies.
Gurus. Huh?
CEOs of companies.
Right.
large companies.
Mm-hmm. After that, the whole system would crash down too. I want to see it. That's all. That's all. I want to see all the
Same
files
here.
open. See what's in it. Now the British side of it, they got rid of the British ambassador to the United States. They got rid of him last week because like they found the British found his name on the list, and and I think the Prince what's the name, Andrew.
Yeah.
Prince Andrew, well, of course, Prince Andrew was on that list. Everybody know Prince Andrew was on that list because he got sued in Britain. No, was he sued in Britain? Or was he sued in Canada? Somewhere he was sued over between on both sides of the Atlantic. So yeah, but they're going to get him hopefully. But going
Before you
back to
release
Bill,
the list.
right? And going back to Bill O'Reilly, right? Like I'm somebody who live in a rural area, right? I live in a rural area. I listen to a lot of country music. So while Bill O'Reilly can sit there and talk about, oh, rap music and hip hop is destroying Black America, blah 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 blah. Okay, you got a white woman named Miranda Lambert, blonde-headed millennial woman who sing country songs. She talked about killing her own husband on one of her songs, burning up him in the bed.
Yeah.
Then you got Johnny Cash talking about I snuff a whole lot of cocaine and I shot that bitch down. The song was called Fulton County Blues. So I don't want to hear
We're
no.
not even gonna go into the Elvis and all these other motherfuckers singing about shit. I
Yeah.
mean, wait, it's a radicalized free speech thing. It's okay for Scorsese to make a movie, but God forbid you say that shit in a rap album, all of a sudden you're a bad motherfucker. Come on, man. Shit's dumb.
Right. Like there's something wrong with the movie. What's that movie? Is something wrong with the TV show Wire? But you got the Sopranos playing on the same
That's what I'm
network and
saying.
shit. You know,
Same
shit
network.
like that. Yeah, same network. You know.
Do we have to go into all the TV shows on the USA Network that used to play at night in the 80s and night? Come on, man.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
the fuck out of here.
It's stupid. And then now all of a sudden Meg and Kelly gonna talk about, well, it's Obama that divided America. Really? Okay. Obama did, okay. And but when was the last time Obama said anything about, oh, you know, if I shoot somebody, nobody, you know, when was the last time Obama insulted anybody or be derogatory towards somebody?
Nah,
I mean,
man,
in public.
They like
You know.
criticizing Obama because Obama not gonna knock their fucking teeth out. Well, like if Obama was like Samuel L. Jackson, man, they would never say nothing about that dude. Period.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Let me get up out of here, man. I gotta go into this place.
All right,
Man.
dude. All
All
right,
right,
dude.
man.
I
Good talking to
appreciate you popping up. I appreciate you
All right,
popping
cool.
up, MOT. Yeah,
All right,
like I said though, I'm gonna write me a legal brief when it comes to the to what happened in Tennessee, because I'm getting tired of this bullshit. Certain people get away with that shit. You know, they're getting away with that shit. And I'm getting really frustrated. You know, a legal brief is needed because I'm getting tired of these MAGA folks doing a lot of whole ass shit, getting away with shit. And I'm gonna say something to the people on the other side. Y'all are some pussies. I'm talking to the Democrats, the liberals. I'm gonna talk to some of y'all who are anti-MAGA, right? I am anti-MAGA, right? A lot of y'all are pussies. Y'all don't even know how to fight right or fight back. Y'all don't even know how to either fight back or fight right. You saw a problem happen. Now you saw the problem happen in Tennessee. Now though, they win the Maryland, and they got kicked off the campus in Maryland. No, you gotta nip this shit in the bud. They already slandered each and every one of those black students on that campus. No, Jason Whitlock, Lauren Ingram should get sued for slander. Cam, this Cam person from the Fearless Debaters of Fearless, whoever they call themselves, they should get sued for violating a known federal law and a known federal Supreme Court ruling. Do you got a problem with the CIA? Yes, I do. Man, anyway, let me get off of here. I said enough, y'all. I appreciate it. I was supposed to do this earlier, but I was asleep, and I might go live later in the morning, but because I'm off right now. So anyway, I'll see you next time. Yes, Mike Hood. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me talk to what's going on, Eric? Going with you. Eon, yeah, Eon dumbass, yeah, exactly, Dan. Where's just Dan at? Just Dan, you said something. Hold on. You need to get with me, bro. I got the scoop on April. Dan, we might want to talk. Me and you we got to talk at some point. All right, I want to know. Dan said, I'm a white dude. Look how they played this stuff out. If a black dude did something, they'll spin it as all black people. But if a white dude does something, they try to drill it down on what ties he has. Right. So, Hexef is a DUI. DUI hire. Yep. Just sub. Okay. I appreciate it then. I appreciate it. Yes, I do have a problem with the NSA. So let me get off of here. And I wish old girl was here. I wish the first lady was here, but she ain't. I guess she's not up. So but maybe next time. The leadership of both parties is wicked to the core. I want them out in the sun, exposed for all the evil they have hid and done. The next generation will have to do real true. Yes. Anyway, thank y'all for being on here. I'll see y'all next time, and I'm out. Peace.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.